Hello, mystery friend. Sarah here. Come on in and get cozy. If you're new, I'm Sarah Hualde. I'm a mystery author, a homeschool mom, and so much more. And today we're going to be talking about energy budgeting because who couldn't use more energy, right? So, for the last 3 months, I've been using a system that I call the DOT system. I learned it from Towards a Simple Life, a channel on YouTube. She calls it color dots or killer dots. I love killer dots since I'm a mystery writer. That's how it resonates with me. So that's what I call them. I call them doing my dots. And it's been 3 months in of budgeting my energy. And I just wanted to show you what that looks like and tell you how that's been helpful to me. So first thing in the morning when I wake up, I already have things to do. I wake up already ready to leave. But as soon as I get back from running my first morning errand and doing my Bible study, the next thing I do is I call it do my dots. And what that consists of is making a to-do list for the day, not for the week, for the day, and gauging my energy. If I have good energy, if I have a lot of energy, if I'm feeling well, if I feel concentrated, if I feel hopeful, if I feel productive, I am what I call green. I will say I'm green today at that time. If I'm feeling sluggish, if I'm feeling run down, if I'm starting to feel any kind of sick, any kind like a sniffle, a small headache, just little things, then I am what I call yellow. And that means I need to slow down and start taking care of myself because if I don't, then I'm going to transition into what I call red. And red is ill, extremely irritable, burnt out, tired, like beyond tired to where I can't keep my eyes open, red, and unable to focus. That's red for me. If I've ignored all of those symptoms, if I've gone from green to yellow and haven't stopped and have gone back to red and haven't stopped, then I am in danger of falling into purple. This is when I'm so sick or so depressed or so stressed out that I can't get out of bed. I can't really function. It takes too much effort even to do basic things like feed myself. Like I will forget to eat. I will forget just basic things that I need to do. This is purple. Thankfully, I haven't been in purple for a really, really, really long time. I don't think I've been in purple since I've started my dots, but I have lived there before and I don't want to go back. This whole method was taught to me, like I said, by Towards a Simple Life on YouTube. Check her out. She lives with some chronic illnesses and she uses this to gauge her energy to help her know if she's going to be having any kind of a relapse or a flare up so that she can baby herself through those things and come out the other side green without falling into purple for weeks at a time. And that's amazing. I don't have those kind of issues physically. I do battle depression. I do battle bipolar disorder. So I do know what the waves are like. I do know what flare ups are like in a different kind of way. Um, but these dots have really been helping me focus my energy. And if I wake up and I'm green, I know I can rock the world that day or at least the next couple hours because I don't just check in with myself once. I check in with myself multiple times a day to make sure I'm still green. My goal is to wake up green and to end the day green to almost yellow to where I'm tired. If I go to bed at night knowing I've accomplished at least most of my to-do list for that day, it's not like the week's goals. I do write those down, but I don't count those against myself if I don't complete them, if that makes any sense. I just small task them into where I am for that day. As for example, I know that I'm going to be having a get together at my house in a few weeks. So instead of freaking out and cleaning the whole house right now, I'm focusing on the spare room. And instead of focusing on the spare room as a whole, which will take a lot of decluttering, I'm looking at stuff right now that I need to handle. I take it a corner at a time. And that's my task for the day, to handle this table in this area and this couch in this area, not the entire room. Because if I tackle the entire room, just the stress of that can push me into yellow or red. So I'm learning how to gauge my energy to make sure that I am able to accomplish the big task list, but I break it up to move it to my little to-do list. So I do check in with myself throughout the day. If I've accomplished most of my to-do list and go to bed thinking, I wonder if I have enough energy to do one more thing, or maybe I have energy to read until I fall asleep. That has been an excellent day. My to-do list is almost accomplished, and I have a tiny bit of reserved energy to where I'm even green when I'm going to sleep. That's huge. It doesn't happen very often, but it's happening more and more often the more I'm using this system. Another tip I have for if you're going to use this system is to do it with a buddy. I have been using the system with my sister who moved away from me, and we were looking for ways to communicate that didn't take hours and hours of our day. Whereas if we're on the phone together, we will spend hours and hours talking. And so we used an app called Marco Polo to video chat with one another, and it just kind of stores it there until the next person is ready to watch it. There's no pressure to watch it right away. We can watch it right away, but there's no big pressure about it. But we have both been checking in with our dots pretty much every day for these 3 months, and that has helped tremendously because I know I have somebody else on my side. If I have a yellow day, that might pump me up. I know I have somebody who's going to understand me if I have a red day. And Lord help me, if I get to purple, I know they're going to be talking me through getting some of these baby steps done so I can bump up to red and can bump up to yellow. So really quick, I'm going to show you my planner, and this is how I do my dots. It's so simple. I am not pretty about doing these things. I'm very raw about doing these things. At the beginning, I was going to be using colored pencils to color in my dots, but I never have all my supplies together at the same time. So instead, I just literally write down the word green, yellow, red, purple. I'll show you my today's one. This is my list for today. So like my writing is very rudimentary. It's very just like basic. I'll even read it to you. Like today, I woke up at 7 a.m. and I'm green. Yay, I'm green today. And I will probably stay green today. That's my hope, unless something big happens today. I had to drop off my daughter. I had to do my Bible study. Have to do, get to do, both same thing. And then I'm doing my video. Hey, that's where I am right now. Then I need to go get gas. I need to go drop off my son. And then I need to come back home and write because I am in the middle, at actually the beginning of a huge writing challenge where I'm trying to write 100,000 words in the fourth quarter. Thanks to Kate Kavanaugh on YouTube. I am joining her competition as well as the Heart Breathings competition self-challenge this year instead of doing NaNoWriMo. But it's a huge challenge to me. Usually I can only write about 50,000 words before I have to stop and give my brain a break. So I am really pushing myself this time, but I need to do it tenderly and not forcefully to myself. So I need to write. Then I need to pick up my son, pick up my daughter, rest, because if I don't rest after stopping and going, I will go to yellow. And I've learned that about myself. If I keep pushing every second of my in-between time, I burn out so quick through the day. And so I've learned to take times to just rest in between that. I've also learned that stopping and going wears me out more faster than working really hard for a long period of time, which is interesting because my video just gave out. There I am. I'm back. Which is interesting because when I'm writing, I'm a sprinter. And so if I write for 15 minutes, I'll write better than if I write for 40 minutes. I'll write more words for 15 minutes with a 5-minute break than I will for 40 minutes with no break. But in life, the stop and go really wears me down and to where I turn yellow really fast. So I've learned how to give myself little tiny rests after. It's almost like a reset after every stop and go. Then I'm going to eat lunch around that time. I actually do have to write down, eat lunch, or I'll forget to eat lunch, or I'll wind up being so hungry, I just grab whatever and shove it in my face, which is not good for me. Don't think it's good for anybody. Then after lunch, I have to drop my son off somewhere else, and then I need to go shopping. I am going to my first library panel event, and I want to get a new shirt. So I'm going to go get a new top, just at like my basic Ross down the street, nothing fancy. I'm giving myself an hour to do that, even though sometimes the line at Ross can be an hour long, but I know I'm not going to take a whole lot of time to do that because I do need to go back and pick up my son from wherever he is at the time that I am finished. I do want to get some more writing in, some more resting in, because tonight I have a family get together. I have got to make sure I have the energy to get through all of that. And by checking in on myself throughout the day and seeing, am I still green or am I yellow? I know how much rest to give myself and what kind of rest, because sometimes I'm turning yellow, not because I'm tired, but because I haven't allowed myself any play, as in Not, I don't mean I'm sitting down playing video games. Sometimes that is the answer, but as in I haven't done anything fun. And that could be anything from listening to a fun audiobook to turning on music while I'm doing a chore, something that will uplift myself and help me get back to green. Another thing I've been doing is instead of just cataloging my days, I've been cataloging my hours as in green, yellow, and red, and so forth. I've been cataloging my months with these really cool, fun stickers, which I've had forever and never found a reason to use. And now I'm using them. So on this calendar, it's all messed up. This was from August. It's totally messed up, used, abused. The little typewriters, woo, my voice. The little typewriters show that I've written that day. And in this particular calendar, it shows you that I've written at least 2,000 to 1,000 words every day. The little coffee cups means I've done something for rest, whether I took a nap, went and got a coffee, hung out, played a video game, read a book, anything. The little Star Wars figurines, little stickers, that shows you where I've worked out. You can tell what I've done the least of, right? Worked out. Um, that's what shows you what I've been up to in August. Then I compare those to what my dots were like in August. Was I mostly green in August? Was I mostly yellow in August? Were there days where I tend to be more green? And what I'm learning are days that I've moved for at least 15 minutes on purpose, I stay greener longer. So that's awesome. I also can usually get more words written, which who would have thought that would happen? This month, which is October at the time of me recording this, I'm using different stickers because I want to write every day. So this little tiny laptop is my sticker saying that I've written that day. I don't care how much I've written because I have this huge goal, so I'm chunking it up. So if I have the little tiny laptop sticker, it means I've written. If I have this sticker, that means I've listened to an audiobook or read that day. This is important too. I want to know how much of casual fun reading affects my actual writing life and my work life, not to mention my dots. The little vampires show that I've done some kind of physical activity. The little yoga mats show that I've done Pilates for the day. That's how I'm gauging my energy this month. Oh, I also have another sticker because after every 10,000 words, I give myself a break. And when I got this first 10,000 of this challenge, I played video games for an hour. And that's my little Game Boy sticker to tell me that's what I did. That way I can keep track of, am I actually working like as much as I think I am? Am I working more than I think I am? Am I relaxing a little bit? Do I have rest worked into my routine? Do I have movement worked into my routine? Eventually, I'm going to be tracking my weight on these things. I'm going to be tracking some other activities. Like I have a little yarn ball that sticker that will track if I did crochet that day. Usually that will probably go with an audiobook. Did I do something that was non-screen related that helped me relax? Things like that. And I'm going to go forward with those for the next 3 months. And I'll see you again in 6 months to let you know how the dots have impacted me for 6 months. So far, I've been mostly green, which astounds me because of my depression, of the way it ebbs and flows. I expected to be much more yellow, much more red. Now, having said that, I do know that I have a tendency to gauge myself as yellow just because I feel like I should green, just because I feel like I should have energy when I really don't. And I've been guarding myself against that this particular month. I've been watching for that tendency in myself. I might not feel I have a reason to be yellow, but I might still be yellow. So I have been gauging that for myself. And if I wake up yellow, I start asking myself questions like, what stickers are missing from my monthly chart? What ones have I not done in a few days? Have I forgotten to do my Bible study the last few days? Have I forgotten to take rest? Have I been running from place to place? Do I really just need to sit on the couch and do nothing for about 10 minutes just so my brain can reset? Just so my body can reset? Do I need to do some deep breathing? What do I need to do to get myself from yellow to green? And if I catch it there, I'm green for many days on a row. But if I let myself slip by keep pushing without finding any buffer for the yellow, I go red so quickly. And I don't know if you guys are like that or not, but I know this system is really working for me. My to-do list matched with my energy budgeting has really helped me conquer a lot of things I didn't think I could get done. It makes me feel a lot more accomplished, which means I have a lot more motivation to keep going. Let me know if you're interested in the dot system. If you've checked out Towards a Simple Life on YouTube, If you haven't, go check her out. Tell her I sent you. She's very sweet and a very kind lady online. Um, she deals with a lot of issues, a lot more severe than me, and yet she gets stuff done in the way she needs to in order to nurture herself and still be productive. It's amazing what she does. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Next video is going to be, if you're watching this in real time, it's going to be next Thursday, which will be the 17th of October for my book release party of my 20th mystery. I really want you to join me then and hang out. We're going to play games. We're going to do like some little psychology games. We're going to do a little scavenger hunt. It's going to be great. I'm going to have such a great time celebrating with you. And if you could do me a favor, if you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I'm really trying to get up to 1,000 people before the new year. We'll see if we get there. We're over halfway there, but I know what it's like to feel like you're subscribing to all these different channels. But if you could, and you like coming and hanging out with me, hit subscribe. It would make my day. All right. Until next time, God bless and stay cozy. Bye.